today, and we're going to get on to trading. I actually might have the quests done already. I did a little bit of puttering around last night while I was getting some stuff with the DDIDs done, which, by the way, we're working with Troll now, which is pretty cool. But anyways, we're going to get these quests done. It's basically the last thing we did was we tested out the quest. We did not get the correct drop. We got a crystal drop. We were not given the quest drop, which means that we need to make sure that the quest drop is 100% drop rate. I don't know how I feel about if we want regular drops as well or not. It is technically the normal mode boss, so we can allow for regular drops as well. We're not like giving any advantage by not having the drops or anything like that. We're also not it's a good chance for people to just get sort of a free shot at it, right? So it's not a bad idea at all in the slightest, and I think it might stay. I kind of like it I kind of like it. Plus, it'll mean that we get to move on from it a little faster, and that's a good thing. We can always loop back on it based on what kind of feedback we get, but really the priority today is just to get these quests done. I want to have the full tutorial set of quests done so that we got the full intro into the game. Make sure that these enhancements are working, that we get the rewards, and I think it's gonna be a pretty quick change, and then we're going to move on to trading, and I'm sure there's going to be all sorts of things wrong with trading. Oh, when isn't there? So I'm going to just pop this off the screen, and we can get the server and I reset the saves so that we're going to start actually from the beginning of the quest, or at least we're going to start from the chase portion of the quest. Do you want to allow... right, that doesn't pop up yet. Anyways, go run /command, get the client up as well. We know that this is instanced properly, so we're going to make sure that the client gets picked up here. Wait on it to show up there. I'm going to swap the music again because it gets a little boring. We hear a lot of the same music over and over. At some point, I'm going to have to find different set of music to use. Anyways, let's get a couple of levels here. I did make notes of some of these bugs yesterday. Seems like there's additional bugs as well. We're going to have to... Oh, that's a big bug. Yeah, that's a bit buggy. We're gonna have to take a look at that after. But we'll focus on the trading first. I don't even know what's causing this bug specifically. What? This is absurd. And it's only that one zone transition as well that causes those sorts of interactions, which means it's something related to the quest portion of it. We're going to avoid some of the other stuff here. Get that Orc Commander running. Take out the Wolf, which didn't drop anything. We got to find the Orc Commander. He's over here somewhere. There he is. He's running off again. He's zooming. He absolutely zooms his way on out of here, and I am not muted, so that's a very good sign. We're gonna have to fight this wolf. All right, take them out. Get the Orc Commander running again. Let's try not to aggro anything else here either. We're gonna have to play the boss fight very safe so that we can get this testing done completely. In order to play it safe, I think it's best if we level up beforehand so that we can go into this on full HP. We saw that the boss despawned there. Now we're in the boss fight. We're trying to avoid the boss. We're trying to avoid the boss melee hits. Ooh. It's blocking a lot of our shots here. Alright, we're going to have to go try it again. I do kind of like the boss. I think it's at a good difficulty. It's a little high for level 4, which is good. It's supposed to be balanced around probably like level 10. It's definitely going to be a challenge if you were to try to do melee, because the you'd have to worry about the boss's melees as well, but we'll deal with that in the future. We're going to have balancing shortly as well once we have trading in. One of the things I'm not sure if I want added at the moment is if we should be adding a party system. We're also going to have to deal with a bunch of issues with the arrow reset. I'm kind of concerned about what's going to happen if the arrow resets while we're in there, because last time that happened, there was a massive amount of bugs. And I had to force reset my character position. There we go. All right, we're gonna have to get another level. There we go, level 5. We're gonna hop back in. We're gonna fight the boss again. We're gonna not lose to it this time. Ooh, watch out for that. Oh, that hurt. Okay, we can tank one hit at least. There we go. I think the boss is low on mana. That's good. Okay, there we go. And we got the orc skull, or the orc head. All right, now we've got this. Let's get out of here. Okay, we're back in the world. It's not in the inventory, so I'm going to make sure that if we go back in, sweet, this is the regular boss fight now. If we get hit, we'll get sent back to spawn. Now, if we take a look over here, we need to bring the orc head back to Sergeant Aldrich, which that's not going to be his name. I'm going to have to figure out what he's actually named, but that's definitely not it. That's too WoW. Hey, Oceanus, how are you doing today? And continue. Hey, what? It didn't take the, Oh, wait, it did. It's just the same icon. Okay, that's great. Now, if I put this on here, we should get a different damage amount. 32 versus 22. Nice, that's a full 10 damage point boost. That's exactly what we wanted it. Of course, the ability crystal is way stronger, but that's actually going to get nerfed later anyways, or just made extremely rare. Okay, so that's the quest working and completed. Actually, we should make sure, yeah, it's completed now. Okay, there we go. 2 days until usage reset. That's unfortunate. I've never been able to hit weekly quotas on anything. I did upgrade my my Claude plan, and I think I upgraded it too far because I'm not even getting close on the dailies anymore. So I might have to downgrade my plan again so that I'm not just wasting payment. Okay, so if the quests worked here, then that means the next part of this is going to be trading. If I minimize this and we go take a look at the documentation again for trading, I believe we already went through this fully, so I'm just gonna see if we can direct Claude to take a look at it. Review the N5 trading document as well as the corresponding design docs. Develop a plan to implement this utilizing the to-do list. Implement the plan as required by N5 trading doc. There we go. So while doing this, I'm gonna... What's going on in this location? There's definitely an issue. So what I'm gonna do right now is... First, I'm gonna open the map editor. We're gonna take a look at what the actual settings are there, because there's definitely something that's getting set that shouldn't be. It doesn't look like there's anything that it thinks would be there to run into. Normally, I also not hit weekly limit, but was testing the Grokbot capabilities that, yeah. Well, at least you found out where they are, and hopefully that gives you an idea of how you can, I guess, either optimize to prevent hitting it, or look, there's nothing over here that looks like it should be a collision. If we inspect this, the 2-zone quest ID requires Town Defense 3 and the Chase Orc step. And then here it's the same sort of thing. It shouldn't make a difference if I make this zone larger versus leave it as is. I think there's an actual issue. Wait, what's this 2 position being 3-1? Where is 3? Why is this here? And then what about this one? Where does this one think? It thinks it's sending them over here as well. Oh, shoot. I think this might be the cause of the issue. So if I move that back over there for both of them, if I take this, I'm going to just move all of these to think that they're actually sending them to the correct locations, because it's weird that it thinks that it's sending them over into nowhere. With Grok Super Heavy, you will get free cursor alter. That's awesome. Have you used cursor before? I've never touched cursor. It was when I was refusing to try the new AI stuff because I was not impressed with what it was currently capable of. So I never ended up touching cursor, and then Claude was already out. I've been debating giving cursor a shot because it's sort of included in the Grok stuff, right? At least because XAI has purchased that, as far as I'm understanding. Oh, I have a lot of these to move. Holy, these are terrible. How did they all get set to the wrong spot? We're just moving every single one of them. There we go, those line up. Now it should just be these ones down here. That will move to the right spot eventually. You only use the Grokbot stuff of cursor. If you want cursor, you need to connect GitHub to even use it. Interesting. All right, what's this one that's still in here? That's what I want to know. These are aligned, these are aligned, these are aligned, these are aligned, these are aligned. Is it this one? is interesting. Oh, that's right. I need to add a quest lock onto this so that before you've done the quest, then you can't actually access it. Yes, the map is quite large. I have all of the zones roughed in where they're going to go. So, right now it takes like 5 minutes if you run the long way around the whole forest, which really isn't that bad. It takes another like 5 minutes to run through. Actually, it doesn't even take that long. I think it takes like 3 minutes to run through the deep forest. The danger pug's not very big. I have not done a mountain run yet because I haven't really added stuff to it. It takes 6 minutes to get from the town all the way through to the bottom of the lighthouse, which is apparently also incorrect with all of the transfers. Hey, where did they all go? Oh, wait, I pressed control. That would be why. I gotta figure out my own. Why are there mobs up there? That's not good. Oh, these are way too bright when they're overlapped like that. If I switch to the out of bounds... Nope, not the out of bounds. It is the out of bounds regions. There we go. That's much nicer to view. Okay, so we're turning the out of bounds regions off on that so that we can make these go to the correct locations. Like, all of them are way up in the middle of the city. I think that's just it's defaulting over there when it doesn't have a way to put them down. Okay, so then these ones are also up here. And again, I don't know for certain that these are actually what's causing the boundaries to act buggy, but this is still important because this actually acts as a visual indicator for me when I'm editing to know where they're supposed to send the individuals. Those, save, and then I can put the out of bound regions back on. Oh, just another whole bunch of things to do. The fun part is going to be when we get to go and run around everywhere and make sure that they are working. Ah, that's the last one. we go. Now we can do the beach as well. Hopefully this won't take as long because... Where's the yellow X? Oh, it didn't highlight that one for some reason. Maybe it was under one of the others. Yeah, this is much faster. Those ones are all correct. I don't know what one this is. I see one right here. I see one right here that isn't aligned with any other selected one. Oh well, I guess I won't worry about that one for the time being. We've got to align the deep forest now. I'm looking forward to doing the deep forest quests as well, because that's going to accumulate in the werewolf fight. And I do love me a terrifying werewolf. Was so afraid of them for the longest time. That's Harry Potter's fault. Alright, now we do Serenity, which is kind of a super late game area, to be honest. It's just sort of defined currently because it needs to be defined or because it's defined already in the lore. So it's an easy win to get right now. Well, that one's not needed. We need this teleporter, which sends the player over to here, and we need this teleporter, which sends the player into here. So that should be most of the places that have zone transfer. Oh, right here. All right. This sends over to here. I'm going to have to redo this entire area anyways, but I might as well get what I have there in place first. This is so tedious, though. Oh well, the tedium doesn't matter because it's still... Claude's still clodding. Okay, so the ravine doesn't have any connectors yet, and the mountain pass doesn't have any connectors yet. We could spend some time now and make sure we actually add these bound transitions in now. So I think that's what we're gonna do. This is gonna be a quest. This is gonna be a quest-related one. Where even is, I like how Grokbot, even if it's a Pokemon fan game, make original named items, gimmicks, and Pokeballs that are called orbs instead of Pokeballs. Yeah, I gotta watch out with Pokemon stuff, especially Nintendo. How do I add It's not letting me add the transition portion of it. Oh wait, no, I think I have to. So I go and create this part first, say that it's moving it over to here, and then. All right, I think it's bugged a little bit, but we'll throw them in. Actually, there was supposed to be another button here that was allowing us to smooth sibling no. It was the other button that was hiding behind here. Anyways, let's just make things work, I guess. So we're gonna add this one over here. Nope, this is smooth, this is sibling. I don't know why it keeps defaulting back to the town. That's not where it's supposed to go. Sibling zone, here. Every single one sends it back to the town. Sibling crossing. Probably helps if there's an actual... if these actually go to the actual border. Mountain Summit. Definitely a bug we're going to want to address. Go. Move this up there because it doesn't make sense for it to be lower. Now we got to actually make sure that each of these is aligned to actively allow you to go into the next zone, because it doesn't help you if it doesn't actually go to the edge of the zone. There we go. This aligns, this needs to be brought into alignment. Go, there we go. What's up with this? Is it, there we go. Now we can make things actually line up. That was confusing me why they were off center there, or off alignment. So I don't know if there's going to be a boss in the mountain peak or in the summit or in both, but... This is kind of the high-level town. So save that, save that. This definitely goes over to the ravine, so we need to get back to that. I do want a second entrance to the ravine. This is going to be more like a fall down into the ravine sort of thing. So we can add those in. Now we do have to go over here into the ravine and set these ones as well. We'll start with the ones that go back and forth between the mountains because we just set those and we want them to be in like roughly the same spot. They line up close enough, basically. Then... So this crossing point definitely shows at 0, 0 first, and then it kind of moves and warps when I click, which is funny. This is going to have a non-instant warp to ravine depths. Which is also going to have a warp to warp back, just because, not necessarily that, I think this is going to end up being a one-way sort of thing if you go into here, and you've got to go into the depths, or into the danger zone, which will add a bit of something interesting. Okay, sibling transition, sibling transition, sibling, sibling. So those are all aligned more or less. Now we've got to make sure that they actually line up. What the heck did I just do there? Oh. There we go. Lined up on that side, line it up on this side. Now those are looking good. Make sure that these are all set to sibling. These are not. So that one's sibling, that one's sibling. Each of those. I know the ravine depth is going to have this as a non-smooth to danger zone. Which also needs a non-smooth back to ravine. We'll figure out lining these up way later. Oh, not boundaries. We want out of bounds rects. Just so that we know where these things are. Ooh, I should probably save this too. Saving is normally a good idea. So these are absolutely massive areas as well that it probably makes a lot more sense for me to go like, yeah, this is like here. This is supposed to be like a hole in the floor, basically. There we go. That indicates that. This will go over here and make this way tinier as well. Save that. Oh, no. Okay, there we go. Now we can take the out-of-bound rect and just remove chunks off of this, basically. Because again, these are very temporary. Okay, there we go. On those ones, we should be looking fine. And then on these, we have to set all of these to smooth. Okay. I think we are able to go to everywhere on the map now, which is kind of cool. I think it might be time to go on a map run. I need to fix them. Ooh, wait, we might have trading. We might have trading. I bought enough time. Perfect. All right, so let's see what went on here. There was the plan. N5 trading feature is fully implemented. Here's what changed. Trade, new file, full trade session, requested, open, locked, verifying, completed, canceled. All 6 action handlers, atomic swap with inventory space validation, quest only item blocking gold validation, sweep for timeouts and disconnects, server go, added trades map, trade sessions, trade mutex, fields initialized in new server, tick go, rotes all 6 trade action constants and sweep trades each tick. And then, okay, so client state, we had a world go, active trade sessions, incoming trade request, structs client, active tree, active trade session, trade, income trade request, incoming trade request fields, actions, send trade and client sync, sync trade, sync routing cases for all 7 trade deltas, client tick input, other player, right click, selection or section added, trade X entity, click trade, that's in the text. So we're going to be able to hop in and sort of see how this is functioning. Client render trade UI, new files 2 panel overlay, incoming trade banner verification, accept cancel button, hit test, render. Okay, so okay, time to close this. I'm not sure what happened there on the arrow reset, but we're going to have to restart the server to get our new trade options. pull that up. And then I think we will pull the Watcher up. Watcher doesn't really have much, so Watcher's gonna go just die and respawn. See, you can see him moving his way up. Look, he's right there. He's right there. Wow, it takes quite a while to walk all the way across. I'm gonna have to address speed. That might be a zone sizing issue as well. Oh, hey, look, we got a trade request. That was not what I wanted to show up for trade request, so if I cancel... I was hoping the trade request would show up in the chat, but this is manageable at the moment. I don't hate it. This would have to show up over here over by the chat instead. What happens if you get multiple trade requests? Not much. I appear to be unable to add anything to the trade. An item in the inventory needs to request the enter a number 1 2 stack to the trade. What about the other way around? Can I add? No, I can't. It seems like I can't really add anything to the trade window, but we have a trade window. So offer locked, confirm the trade. There's no notification for the second portion of it. Also, the acceptance stuff is off-centered. Okay, so we'll have to get that lined up as well. In the meantime, let's go run through the map. We're gonna see if we can get all the way through the mountains, through up to the other town. There's nothing there at the moment, it's all just empty, but I still want to see if I can run all the way over. Like, let's see how long it actually takes from exiting the forest here. First thing we're gonna do is run up to the... Oh, shoot, I completely... Okay, there we go, we're leveled up. Invisible thing here, okay. That's concerning. All right, I'm gonna wait until this is at exactly 46 to 1, go! 46 minutes. Let's run all the way to the town. Let's see how long it takes to get there. Go, go, go! Woo, we get to ban a person. Let's go. Best part of the day. Ah, yes, running past nothing. Hey, look, there's the ravine. Look. Oh, yeah, it's nothing. Oh, we're in the ravine, which I don't want to be in. I want to stay in the mountains. I'm hoping for it to take about 3 minutes to run up to the other town from the forest edge. Holy, this mountain part is... where's the entrance into the next part of the mountains? Okay, well, it took us 2 minutes to run up to here. What is the... We should be able to go through the mountains right here to... It should be loading from here, but it's not. Okay, so the smooth zone transitions are not working. The sibling ones are. Okay, maybe I will reload the server again. Nope. I'm hearing audio leaks. I don't know where from. All right, well, I guess we got to run back to the town. We'll double check these another time. Actually, we can run down to the ravine and we can take the path through the ravine to see if that one is gonna work. Because here's that out of bounds block that I added, which should have shown, or should have been the point where it loads across. So maybe if I go back out and return. Okay, so it's definitely preloading because you can see that the map changes color, but it's not allowing to swap. What are these called on the map editor? Zone boundaries. Anyways, I have I have an issue with placing my zone boundaries. I cannot put purple portion to select where I can cross. The button is missing in the map editor, and the default without the crossing location is not preloading the sibling zones. Okay, so we'll see about that. But in the meantime, I'm going to run through the ravine. Oh, that unloaded real fast. I don't know how I feel about that. Okay, this one preloaded. This one's fine. So what's wrong with the other one? We should be able to actually enter the mountain from up here. No, it's over in the next spot. It's over in the next one. We might be making these places smaller in the future, because some of these areas are massive. Oh, there's a gap. There's a gap. That's not good. That's not good. I think this is the one that I fixed. So, if that's the case, it should be resolved if I reload. I also think I might be able to just destroy that other boundary and set. Okay, there we go. And we can see the mountain from here. Yeah, so it seems to be just that one boundary which is not working properly. So maybe I have to delete that one and... I think there's something wrong with the mountains. Not like we can actually see anything, but... Oh. This is the problem again. There we go. Now we'll save that, restart everything again, because we are testing to see if these changes have worked. Okay, we're able to exit the ravine again, back into the mountains. It's so weird running through these places that are just completely empty. This is hurting my eyes. Yeah, I'm starting to think that the mountains might be a bit too big of an area. I might need to consider making them a bit less. Okay, so this is the area that was bugged before. So let's see if we can go that way, and then if we can, we will time on the way back. Okay, we can. And we can return. There's definitely a bug, though, causing... Oh, wait, I don't even think I set that to sibling. I mean, I'm going to restart them again, and we'll see if there's a bug or not. Oh, now we're talking on the music. All right, so we're right at the 1 hour mark. It's still weird. 1 hour mark, which means we were 2 minutes to get here. We want to see how long it takes to get to the village. We're aiming for about 3, maybe 4 minutes. Do 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 do. Oh, we're looking good. We got 20 seconds. We got 15 seconds. T minus 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. Oh no, I'm counting too fast. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and we made it. It's broken, but we made it. I bet I know what the issue is. So it does take about 3 minutes to run all the way up to the town, or up to the mountain village. That's good. I do like that. There we go. Both of those are aligned again. Woohoo! We made it to the mountain village! Let's go! Anyways, do we time how long it takes to get from here over to the oasis? I think that's a good idea. So I'm gonna wait until 1:03. So it takes 3 minutes to get to the mountain village. I want it to take about 3 minutes to get all the way down to the oasis, or Serenity, I think is what it's actually called. So we're gonna make a mad dash for this again. The easiest thing to do as well would be to give players like boots that increase movement speed by a little bit as well. When they're actually playing as they go through, make you get some around level 20, because that's about... make the player wait until like level 30, 35. Make the player wait a while before you actually get those boots that speed this up, because if it's a little too far... And go! We're off! We started right at 103. There we go. Just making note of that. We're off. We're running through the nothing. But yeah, like I was saying, if it only takes 3 minutes to run through the mountains to get to the village, by the time we add in out-of-bounds stuff as well, we can double that if we wanted to. We could give the player boots or other speed options to improve the time that it takes to run through. But I don't actually mind that being the case. Because not the whole mountains are going to be like mountainous and dark. Part of it's going to be mountain forest still, especially around entrances. Part of it's going to be mountain, like cliffside. The mountains are supposed to be a very diverse area for the actual terrain of the game. So... if it takes 6 minutes to run all the way through the beach and the cliffs to get to the lighthouse, it takes 6 minutes to run all the way through the forest as well. If it takes like 6 to 12 minutes to run through the mountains, I think that's fine. As long as there's actual points of interest to stop at on the way through it and enough content in it to actually participate, that's good. And I don't mind some of the higher level areas being larger. There's also going to be quite a few bosses and other things that happen in the mountains. So, you know, I think it's fine. All right, so it took us 2 minutes to get this far, and I think we should be right above the Serenity. And if that's the case, then I think the mountains are fine at the moment. I'm definitely going to have no issue with making the player run through them. Oh yeah, we went a little too far. Yeah, there we go. It's gonna be 2.5 minutes, not even. We totally could have made it here in 2:20. That's not bad. Oh wait, no, this is the ravine. I'm lost in the mountains. I might have to do the run in the reverse. Oh, there it is. We did take a detour, so that was 3 minutes to get here, even with the detour. That's fine. That means it's definitely less than 3 minutes. It's like 2.5, 2:45 to get to here from the mountains. That's fine. All right, so we've successfully done a test of the size of the zones. I guess the last thing to do is going to be how long does it take to run through the ravine, through the danger zone, and back to town. That'll be the last sort of distance check. Draw cross button missing. The button was placed after the from to position section. I think I forgot to add the cross back. Oh, yep, I did. Probably helps if I hit the button first before trying. There we go. And there we go. Save that. Restart everything. Oh, wait, no, there's one more thing to do. Gotta grab this from over there and throw it way back down over here. The zone preload loop required either from region or preview radius to be set. Interesting. Okay, here's where I can actually go across. Okay, so from here, kind of nice because it means now, whenever I want, I can just start building up the out of bounds area and actually designing the specific layout of the map here. Okay, there's an issue. Let's pull the map editor up. Dude, it's every time. Gotta make sure things line up. All All right, so we're going to try to find the ravine entrance now, and then we're going to try to run all the way back to the town. And we're basically going to just time that. We'll see how long it actually takes to do so. Shouldn't be too far to get there. It should be right over here. It is a bit annoying doing this without any additional stuff around. Like no actual references for where any of these boundaries are. No landmarks, no anything. Okay, so here is roughly where it starts. So I'm going to wait until this is at the 112 moment, or 112 mark, 112, and then we're going to run for it. Do I have a target time for this? I would like for it to be 3 to 5 minutes. So if we get 3 to 5 minutes, then that'll be good. If we get less than that, then actually it might be less than that. It might be 2 to 4. Anyways, 12, 3, 2, 1, go, 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 go. I'm running as fast as I can go. It's going to be a real bummer if I'm not able to actually hop across any of these boundaries. Because the ravine is meant to be very twisty well, not windy, but it's going to be very, very branchy, I guess, is going to be the best way to put it. I think, right? No, it should be twisty and windy because it's going to be basically like, oh yeah, there was a river that goes through here, and there's going to be multiple sort of levels on the same area. So anyways, drop down there. We're underground in the ravine now. Run over to... Oh no, it's broken. One second while I go and just copy this and cancel it. Return that to what it was supposed to be. So let's pop open the editor and let's see what went wrong. So we definitely ended up down in the ravine. We did not end up at the correct location, and I think I know why. So we're going to grab this, mark the teleporter over there, and actually grab the teleport part. So we're hoping to fall right in there. Then we're going to make sure this is a warp over here. Also, we're going to make sure that this is a warp over here. We're going to make this one a warp back here as well. And then save that one, save that one. Now, if we reopen everything, we should have... We should be able to... Oh, probably helps if I put on some of the... Where is the ravine entrance? There it is. Now we are just waiting. Oh, 2. 1. Okay, it started at 16. Started at 16. Go, go, go. There we go. Go, 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 run, run. How long is this gonna take? I don't know. That's what we're finding out. Do, 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 do. That did not load us into the correct location. Again. Which means I have concerns about this one as well. Okay. We're gonna have to fix that, but it did technically work. That's a bug. It's fine, no one's gonna find it. It's just me that's got to deal with it for now. For who knows how much longer. Anyways, the first test isn't even gonna include mountains or anything. This is just testing for future references. Definitely gonna need to set that as a note that those are not working. Do, do, do. I don't think I've ever actually been through these new danger zone portions. Originally it was just the overworld area and the one cave, and then we added technically 3 more parts to the cave. Go, go, go. Don't let the chupacabra catch you. Go, go, go. Uh-oh. Alright, danger zone is broken. We're gonna have to get it fixed. It did take about 2 minutes to get to... No, 3 minutes to get all the way to the exit part of the danger zone, though. I have no clue where I'm at right now. Oh, I'm out. I'm out. Those are gonna be some bugs to fix, all right. Oh, wow. This is the exit, but why is there so little stuff there? I feel like there's well, that's one way to get back to town. Oh. There's just an empty area. I don't know what to do here. I don't know what I want to, if I want to add something there or come back to that later. It is weird that there's just an empty area though. Look at what's here. Okay, well, I will figure this part out later. We've got some testing or some trading to test. So let me open up the Watcher as well. And then let's go find Mr. See, there he is, right there. There's the Watcher. We're gonna run on over to the Watcher. We're gonna see if we can do a trade with him. See if we can get it to work properly this time. So we trade the Watcher. It's not necessarily correct, but so the Watcher, you can't see this if they offer. Hey, this isn't supposed to be text already. Okay, so there's not a way to remove stuff from the trade. Hey, that's not how much gold I added. Anyways, let's just make sure that the trade works correctly. Okay, the trade does not notice new information. And it broke the counter trade. Okay, I broke my trade. So, couple of issues. One, the first page of the trade is showing text, not items. Two, the second player, two, if player A adds an item and hits accept, then player 2 adds an item, the trade doesn't automatically unaccept and return to active trading for modifications for player 1, 2. This then causes the trade to freeze, preventing either player from initiating trade again. And then 3, players can attempt to add multiple or many instances of the same stack to the trade, resulting in it showing a lot more than what the player has. i.e. or e.g. player 1 has a stack of 300 gold. They click it 5 times. The trade shows they are offering 1500 gold. Then screen 2 shows the correct 3 gold. The item amounts need to be verified each time that new items are added. So while that's doing that, let's see if we just restart. We'll get Watcher logged in there as well. Oh, well, this is not good. Server's gonna have to restart. Turns out the trade broke a lot more than just... Oh, it like broke the server. And like shit was broken. All right, let's try this again. So am I going to add 5 gold and 2 wolf fur? The other one is going to add 2 crude daggers. They're going to accept... Oh, wait, no, it should say 2 crude. The other screen shows 2. Oh, nope, it's only down to 1 crude dagger. You confirmed, Imp confirmed, I confirmed. I got the dagger. Traded 1 wolf fur and a bit of the gold. The gold, so that it mostly worked. We're gonna be debugging some of these trading things for a little while. I am going to be stopping my stream soon as well, though, because I gotta go deal with food and pet food as well. So, unfortunately, I don't think we're gonna get this all resolved today. I don't think I'm really gonna be working on this evening either. I have a bunch of other things to verify and confirm that are working for my DDIDs as well. I mentioned this at the start of stream as well, but I was able to at least confirm last night that I'm able to utilize Troll for the access to DDIDs, which is great. That means I now have an actual payment system to be able to approve or deny access to any of the resources which I've produced, which is kind of cool. I do need to finish implementing it along with the automated Discord bot that actually provides access to the individual resources. So that'll be how I handle distribution for things. Since the binaries are actually small enough, I can just host them through a Discord, make sure that the access to it is automated behind paywalls, and then I will be able to have the infrastructure for verifying that people have or have not been granted access. So and then I'm gonna have to get other people to use them, which hopefully by that point the game will actually be in a playable, half decent looking state. I'm not expecting any. I'm really just expecting the first playtest to be between people that I know in person. I think that's what it's going to be restricted to for the time being. That'll allow me to do less bandwidth, less less latency between server and players to give the best testing experience and to get things fixed. That's at least how I'm planning on doing the first test, or the first play test. Once the first play test happens, then it'll be a bunch of additional balancing and stuff. The second play test is not going to happen until we have the full world at least built out initially, as well as the ability to access second classes or the secondary classes. I'm going to do another play test after that, which I will probably broaden the scope of a bit more. My plan is to actually host a sort of competition to see who can actually unlock the classes, like the additional secondary classes first. I want to see if I can get. I want to have a race to see who can unlock the secondary classes first. Maybe even see who can level them up first. We'll see how it goes. I think that's going to be one of the ways that I'm sort of doing things is providing access to things for. Yeah, that I think that works. I think I've got a good plan. I think I won't be seeing real. I think it won't be into full swing for probably another 3 to 6 months. I got to remember we're only just over 2 months into actual development of this, and already we're this far. It's quite a miracle, to be honest. My initial plan for this was that I had about 7 more years of work for this at the bare minimum before it was actually in a good state, and I know that I should have pretty much to a full alpha state before, like, in under a year. So we'll see how things go, how things progress, the speed. I really got to get around to actually editing down my my past streams into shorts as well, because that'll allow me to get many more eyes on the project, which is the entire point of me streaming this, to be honest. I'm not doing this stream because I want to be, like, I'm not doing the stream because it's like, oh, I want to be a streamer or anything. I'm not doing the stream because I want to make money from streaming. I'm doing this stream because I want to drive eyes onto my projects. That's it. So at some point the projects should be good enough to sort of speak for themselves and actually entice people into viewing it, at which point I will be able to drive attention to some of the other things that I've done as well. And I'm really hoping that one of those is going to be able to sort of fund the whole MMO part, because that's my plan, at least. And it's kind of nice to see that that is aimed for under a year at least, to the point where, like, there will be a bit of a ball rolling. And it's going to be a very slow and tedious process until then. Especially if I gotta hop into editing those shorts, man. I really do. I have to edit those down. I might clip some larger parts to be a standalone video, or I might just make standalone videos as well as things get progressed more and log in. Just make a 5-10 minute video of this is what the features are. This is what's happening. This is where we're at. This is what we can do. Yeah, I should probably do one of those fairly soon as well. So lots of plans, lots of things to do. I've actually been talking with one of my friends from Realm, that I know from Realm, that's also in the process of making his own MMO, or a group of them are in the process of making an MMO as well. And one of the things that I know I've been talking about with them versus my approach compared to theirs is how exactly they're planning on advertising it towards getting people to test their product or their MMO, their game. Because I know this is the approach that I've been taking, and they don't really have anything planned yet for theirs. So I'm trying to convince them. I'm very slowly trying to convince them, like, hey, you should stream as well. Get a group of people that are working on an MMO all pointing around to each other. I think that would be pretty fun. I'm trying to get them to make clips of theirs as well. It's amazing to see sort of the difference in progress between the two different sorts of projects, because we're all working on them in very different ways. Mine is basically pure code based, like from raw code. They are working off of a platform initially, plus back-ended with Java. So I'm completely blanking on where they're starting from, but I've been trying to hop in there and talk with them and see how their progress is going and what issues they're running into, because they're at a very different point and I'm at a very different point, and just chatting about how we're sort of going through these and thinking about different issues that comes up and balancing aspects. It's a lot of fun. This is definitely one of the best projects I've ever started. So here we actually have a fix, so I think we might be leaving this off on testing out the trades. So let's get this server bumped up again and started. Run this client, hop in on imp on this one. We'll hop in on Watcher here. Before I do this trade, I do want to quickly read what they output here. First page showing text not items, render trade size, only drew Draw text. Now each slot height bump from 20 to 34 renders the item sprite on the left using item sprite frame. Atlas at 0.85. What is 0.85 in terms of ratio? 0.85 times scale. With the item name and quantity as text to its right, matching the look of the inventory and the equipment panels. The gold rose text is also vertically centered in the taller slot. Trade freeze after one player accepts and then the other player modifies. Handle trade offer called broadcast trade locked state. While still holding trade mutex, the helper immediately tries to reacquire the trade mutex. Go routine deadlock. The trade session never cleans up and blocks both players from any future trade. The fix captures the reset lock flag and the 2 player IDs release trade mutex. Then calls the broadcast trade locked state by ID. Outside the lock, same stack clickable past inventory capacity. Trade add item no cap. Repeated clicks of the same slot kept incrementing the offered quantity without bound before touching the offer list. Now sums total have and already offered derives can add equals total have minus already offered and silently consumes the click if can add is less than 0. Regular clicks add at most add can add. Okay, so let's trade here. Open that up. So first things first, if I offer two crude daggers and I keep spamming, okay, the other person is only seeing 1 crude dagger. So to prove this, I'm going to show, well, first off, I'm going to do 5 gold for the other offer. Then let's say I accept this offer and the other person, oh, I didn't want to cancel that. I wanted to trade. So I'm trying to do 2 crude daggers, but it's only showing 1. Oh, that's too much. Accept, and if I offer 3 and then, oh, their offers. Okay, so a few more bugs here. The previously accepted offer, does not have their trade unlocked when the other player modifies it post accept. They also don't see the modified trade. This needs to be updated so that if player A modifies the trade after player B accepted, then player B sees the updated trade and can modify their own side again. Also, players are unable to remove their offered items from the trade window once they added. This needs to be fixed so that clicking an item in the trade window removes it back to inventory. And then one more thing. Non-stackable items are not properly trading. Adding 3 crude daggers on player A trade screen shows their offer as 1 times crude dagger on player B screen. Then the confirmation screen shows 1 times dagger for both. Okay, so we kind of have trading. That's cool. I am going to be calling this there. We made a lot of progress here. We confirmed that our quest line worked. We added in the zone transitions for all of the zones as well. So now they work. I don't know if this is necessarily fixed here. That was part that I needed to verify. I'm having a, oh nope, it's definitely still bugged. So we're gonna have to deal with that in the future. My fixes were not enough to do that. Anyways, I'm gonna end this here. I gotta go get some food. Actually gotta go do some shopping and stuff, deal with pet stuff, and then I will be working on something later. But anyone who's out there lurking and looking forward to seeing how the game, or wants to see how the game progresses going forwards, this is going to be a very long-term project. I will be working on this every day. If you feel like keeping up with it, feel free to drop a follow. I will be live again tomorrow.